Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for your noon cartooning for kids with Miss Agent. That's the theme song. Well, it's Saturday. Um, Fun fact, I learned something about lighting today. I tilted the table, and now there's not a big old dark stripe going across from where the camera clamp is. That's right, boys and girls, the magic of Facebook videos. So let's see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I am a grown man doing the alphabet. J. So we're now on the letter J for Jan, like me. So J, we're gonna do a jackrabbit. It's not just a bunny. It's like a bunny on extra. So what you want to do? We're gonna go vertical. So if you can, take a piece of paper. If you want it to be vertical. And looking at my reference photo, it's all shapes again. Everything is a shape. If you notice that, everything is a shape. So you want to allot for the fact that you get some big old ears going over here. So we'll say ears live there. And then a head's going to be here. And I know you can't, it's kind of, again, light blue pencil. It's not showing up, but showing it for me so that at least I know where I've got to put my things. And we'll build our body. So jackrabbit's going to be kind of looking at us. So we've got a head over here, and you can actually make it smaller than circle than what I started with, but so just kind of follow along. So we could do this, or we're going to do this. Okay, so circle. And then you're going to have your body. It's all about, perspective. You have another shape like this. And yes, this looks weird. It doesn't seem to make sense, but it will once we get it done. That, and then that. So yep, that's our jackrabbit that we're gonna draw. So thanks for coming, guys. So we'll see. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just roughing out my jackrabbit shape. That's the head, and then ears go here. So ears are basically as if you're drawing a floppy lettuce or something of nature. So this ear is kind of tilted away. This ear is kind of just directly facing you. You have your head, and then you have your animal. And so again, the animal takes shape. So when I was in college, many eons ago, I took a figure drawing class, and his name was Professor Lloyd McNeil, wonderful man. I'm not sure, hopefully he's still alive. But we would do figure drawing classes, and the model would be there, and we would pose. You do like the 1 minute pose, a 2 minute pose, a 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 minute pose, and then you're drawing from all different angles, and we'd have like a 10 or 15 second pose, and you just had to you're quickly just drawing gesturally what you saw and what it looked like. So that's kind of what we're going to try to do today. Okay, so we've roughed out our jackrabbit. Let's start from the top. We'll build out that head. So gonna have the circle over there. We're gonna build out a little bit more. Kind of another circle over here, almost like a reindeer, kind of like for its front of its the nose and the mouth of the rabbit. So do that. You're gonna just get in, build that shape off for your rabbit. Eyes kind of live, so if you divide it down this way, eyes are kind of over here, and they're very big eyes because it is of nature and it does not want to get eaten by coyotes. So where I live, we had a lot of rabbits and jackrabbits running around, so that's been kind of cool. Not so much now, I think because the coyotes got them. Sorry, kids. Circle of life. But that's okay. So now it does look like a rabbit. They're very nice. They're very cool looking creatures, I will admit. Okay, so you're doing that. Basically, it's a lot of body, skinny little legs. The front legs seem to be thinner, so we can kind of even just flesh them out like that, and then kind of point. I'm gonna do circles just because it kind of just gives me a starting point. Okay. And then we're going to kind of give it more of a curve on this back part. Because then it's got its lower belly over here. And I do these things just because I'm kind of like looking at where things should be. We'll do its tail. Kind of just do its tail, like right back here. A little poof of the tail. And do that fourth leg, kind of just do the same thing like that. Okay. So we built out that shape. The mouth, a little rounder cheeks over there. Alright, and then kind of just building out ears. If you ever get the chance, what I like to do, especially if you're trying to draw animals in nature, on your birthday, go out of Africa and spend, rather than just look at the animals, look and draw the animals. So that's kind of a fun thing to do, because obviously, we all don't have access to bears at home. So this is the next best thing. And again, doing some darker blue lines so I kind of can see where I've got to put things. Whiskers come last. But so now this. So this is your basic. So that's we're basically done in the sense that we built out the animal and built out the shapes of the animal. And now really it just comes down to inking it. And once you ink, then does the art come alive. Sometimes it's good, so if you're a penciler, it's good to have really good pencils, because then makes your inker's job a lot easier. This is the chest. So I'm going to try to imply like that this leg is attached here. There's just a muscle kind of like living there. And again, this will all be done when I ink it. So it's kind of, what I'm doing is kind of giving myself an idea of this is where things are going to be, and let's go from there. So now we can just start to ink. So again, the old find a point, stick with it, and we're going to start, we'll ink that head first. So I'll start with the eyes. And then we'll build out that nose. And a lot of the things that what I do when I ink, it's just kind of out of practice, trial and error, things that, like, what I think my brain tells me, hey, this works. I like, let's do it this way. Just because it's kind of what I feel works for the piece. Because then, I'll probably end up putting a wash on this also. We'll do the ears next. Let's really build out those ears. And then, because these ears are shown from the back, kind of play with it. So that's showing the back of the ear. So we can just do this. So That's showing that those ears are not facing us, whereas these are. So now I'm going to try to build out its front chest. And we're going to try to make it a little bit, not this head knot. So, you know, it's fun things you learn as you're looking at a photo for reference, and then you try to break it down by shape, and then you're kind of saying, oh, well, you know what, I kind of I adjusted too much when I did my, my blue line pencils. So really, like, this head should more be in line. Like, it kind of just is part of the chest, you know, if you look at it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, and, you know, and fun fact, why when you start drawing start head first, then you can shift everything over. So in a perfect world, I would have just had a light box and just shift this over. But since I am literally the light box, I am going to just manually shift everything over somehow. And be bold, be brave, and commit to your line and go. Okay. And let's hope for the best that actually will make some sense when I do it. And so there's not much room between the head and the way the body will slope, so we're just kind of going to go be bold, be brave, and commit to it. Sure, let's see what happens. Okay. So we're going to build out those legs. Lucky rabbit's foot. It's my cartoon rabbit's foot. You don't want to overly over the time is a word. You don't want to over ink it so much that you know you kind of lose the shape of what you're trying to get at. I would have overworked the center part to the point where you'd been like, it's just a bunch of lines and I'm losing the intention of what you're doing. So we're going to try to just fix that a little bit more. Make a little bit more of the lower, showing the body, like going further back perspective. So we can actually commit to it and do it. There you go. And it's a decent attempt. Trying to show that these back legs are bigger because that's where all the power comes from. But I mean, even if you saw it, you're definitely, again, to jackrabbit. It's not a chicken. Again, as long as you're not drawing, as long as when someone sees it and they're like, "Oh, is that that's a wonderful pony," and you're like, "No, it's a jackrabbit," and you've done your job. If you hit, you know, and again, this is a conscious choice of me putting this one a lot of, like, you know, cross-hatching lines to show that in shadow, to show that it's behind, it's, you know, it's away from us. like when you do a caricature, I would say that if so long as it hits all the points of of the animal, then you've done your job. Let's put that tail in somewhere. I know, like the tail, I don't like the way that my reference photo had it. Tail's over here. I'm not a fan, so we're just kind of. I'm gonna do that for the tail to imply the tail, and put it in shadow, so that if you saw it, you'd know that that's the back tail. That's a rough jackrabbit, and because I'm silly, I'll do this whole center line down the middle. If it works, yep, got a little bit of brown. We're just gonna add some color, and you can even do it lightly because eventually I'm gonna hit my ink wash over it, and that's gonna kind of give it a nice little look to it. Like even that works. And yes, we are missing the whiskers though. Okay, so if you did see this, you'd definitely think it's a jackrabbit. It's not a reindeer, you know, even though it was kind of going in that direction. Let's take our. We can do that. I like doing just that little wash on it because just gives it a little extra oomph to it. Like, you know how it kind of messes with the marker here. You can still kind of see the lines in the back, so that's nice. That's a nice little, just a little extra on it. And doing this kind of just to give it some weight, that it lives, it has volume and whatnot. Yeah, so that's a good yeah, you know, drawing from nature, it's hard. It's not really you know, it's kind of I don't normally do realistic. I'm very loose in the way I draw, but it's nice. You don't, again, I'll stop now because you don't want to over muddy it, because when you muddy it up, it just loses everything. So, and then to give it some weight, you know, just let's. So what this does, we're just gonna. It's a little bit of an artist cheat. Okay, so. What we're going to want to do then, see that, and then just take your little medium pen and do this, just to show that, you know, it's on some dirt. So it's of the nature. And then, don't forget, sign your work so they know who brought them to the show. Alright. Oh, and of course, you gotta label it. So where should we do it? So well, we started there, so we'll finish it over here. J is for, we'll do the stack. J is for Jackrabbit. So there you have it. Again, thank you for tuning in for your noon cartooning for kids with Mr. Jet. I'm very happy that you guys are here to join me as we do our animal alphabet. And I hope that you have as much fun doing these as I do showing you. It's fun, it's different, and again, it just, if it doesn't look like mine, it's okay, because sometimes I'm not the best doodler, but you should just have fun with it, and definitely just, look at everything, and look at everything as a shape, and when you can pick out the shapes, and again, we can go circle, triangle, oval, oval. This is basically an oval with another overlapping oval and rectangles. And so if you can just see things down by shape, experiments with different styles of drawing, I hope that you will enjoy it. Alright, so again, thank you. J is for Jackrabbit. Thank you for coming, boys and girls, and those in my heart, and we will see you next Saturday. Alright, bye.